Gonzalez clears William Byron in turn 1.
Here comes a big push to the 24.
43 all the way to you, big shove here.
Woo!
Coming back to the white this time. You're all good, just keep coming top.
Bubba goes up, Blaney hits the outside wall.
Jeez!
William Byron will hang on and win.
The wrecking at the start finish line. Catch your breath, Tell me all right.
What a race.
Hell yeah, boys!
Awesome freaking driving, great spotting, great team. Love you guys. Woo!
Hey race fans, welcome into the preview show delivered by DoorDash. That is Alan Cavanna, I am Alex Weaver, and AC, I know this is the preview show, but before we get into Atlanta Motor Speedway for Sunday NASCAR Cup Series race, I want to revisit two drivers who we thought it was over, but apparently, just like the Notebook, it's never really over between Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain. Are we done?
I don't know. Let's call it the elephant at the track, right? Because we thought we were done, and then the end of Phoenix happened, and then Denny had a lot to say this week on his podcast, and apparently there's a truce. The two drivers talked it out. Yeah, quote-unquote truce. We've thought that before. I'm not so sure. We'll have to see what happens at Atlanta and going forward. The problem is both these drivers have so much to lose, right? They're both running in the top 10. They're both so fast. They're both competing for wins. If they're focusing on each other, they're taking success away from themselves. They shouldn't be doing that. A truce benefits both of them. We have to see how Ross responds and then how Denny responds. It can't be an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. It has to end at some point. Let's hope this truce goes on from now.
All right, well, we'll keep our eye on that, especially when it comes to Atlanta, because speaking of a lot to lose, Ross Chastain in this next-gen car found success there. Obviously didn't get the win, but finished runner-up in both races in 2022. So what can he and Daniel Suarez, the whole Trackhouse camp, accomplish this Sunday?
Pound for pound, maybe the best track for Trackhouse. You think about it, last year at the two Atlanta races, no Trackhouse car finished outside the top 6. This is a great opportunity this weekend at Atlanta. Ross got those two runner-up finishes. I also think back to Daytona not too long ago. Both Trackhouse cars in the top 10. This is opportunity. This is what I was talking about when I said no more distractions. You can't be focusing on Denny or any rivalries out there. Both these cars can go out there and win. This is opportunity this weekend for both Ross and Daniel Suarez.
Well, now that this place races like a super speedway, Atlanta presents an opportunity for some smaller teams to make their way into victory lane, and he's not small to us. We're going to continue to stack pennies with Corey LaJoie, but he had his best career finish at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So a good luck charm for the 7 this weekend?
It should be. This is why we love the new Atlanta, right? It kind of opens up the pool of drivers that can win, and Corey LaJoie, absolutely one of them. You think back to the spring last year, his best career finish came at this new Atlanta configuration in the summer. He led all those laps, was in position to win at the end. I know it didn't come out like he wanted to, but he learned so much. I like to say he went from grade school to grad school in that race. Corey LaJoie learned so much racing up there, restarting on the front row. He can apply all that again this weekend. And the best part, his team is so much better this year. They're running so fast. I expect a top 10, Corey. Top 10 finish because he can do it.
Final driver that I want to hit on, though, Kevin Harvick. Final season. We're heading to Atlanta for him. There's a term that is coined after Harvick. It's called Harvicking in Atlanta, but this is not the old Atlanta. So what can Kevin Harvick do? He was so close last weekend.
Agonizingly close.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't Harvick the corner anymore, as they would call it in Atlanta. But look, he's been, I think, racing above expectations this entire year so far. So why can't he go out there and do it? He did well in Daytona. He's doing great in points. Nearly won in Phoenix. I know it's the new Atlanta, not the old one he has all the success on, but you can't discount the 4 car anymore. A lot of people want to, right? It's his last year. Maybe he's going to go out and fade into the sunset. Not at all. He's going for checkered flags.
Well, this is the second year of the new Atlanta Motor Speedway, the second year of the next-gen car, but the drivers have something they're worried about, and it's not necessarily the racetrack. It's pit road, Alan.
Well, it's just another thing they have to learn about, right? This is such a new track to them. They've only been on it twice, and then this week they've extended pit road. Pit road now starts in turn 3. That's a huge change from last year. And why that matters is because you have to be at pit road speed much, much earlier than you were before. And teams don't have a lot of practice at that. You know how the engineers are. They like to get their notebooks out, do all the math, know how fast they can go. They only have one practice session to learn any of that. So drivers are legitimately worried about pit road speeding penalties. You want to make those mistakes in practice, not the race. It could cost you the whole thing.
Well, obviously Kevin Harvick was good at the Old Atlanta, but another driver who was really good at the Old Atlanta, CORRAL Edwards, and our NASCAR 75 flashback, the birth of the backflip. He's known for the backflip. He's known for winning a lot, and it started at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
First saw it 18 years ago, back in 2005. Remember this great finish? Our first backflip, the one and only CORRAL Edwards. He was still relatively new to the scene, but he performed like a veteran that day. He's in the 99 car, chasing down Jimmy Johnson of all people. CORRAL Edwards didn't lead on the backstretch, didn't lead in turn 3, didn't lead in turn 4. It was coming off the final corner. CORRAL on the outside, great finish, his first Cup win. Does the backflip so memorable, even crazier, Alex. The day before he won his first Xfinity Series race, also did a backflip. It was a double backflip weekend. NASCAR 75 flashback. That's the way to do it.
All right, AC. Well, it may not be a CORRAL Edwards backflip weekend, but it is going to be an exciting one at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You ready to make some more memories down in Georgia?
Absolutely. Maybe a new driver can do a backflip. That'd be pretty cool. It's the Better Health 400 this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Alan and I will also see you right back here next week on the preview show, delivered by DoorDash.